Well, it seems as though problematic YouTuber Shane Dawson is back yet again, but this time he is claiming that his fiancé, Ryland Adams, was possessed by a demon. However, many fans are calling the couple out for being attention-seeking and cringy. It's a strange way to make a comeback after getting cancelled, but we had to know that he was going to try something wild. I'm going to tell you all about it right here on IO, but first, if you could do us a big favor and please tap that like button, we'd really appreciate it. And with that out of the way, let's begin. This is perhaps one of the weirdest things a YouTuber or influencer has done as of late. We all know Shane Dawson loves to be dramatic on YouTube. He made an even bigger name for himself with his several documentaries on controversial figures like Jeffree Star and Jake Paul, plus his coverage of creepy conspiracy theories was always something that people seemed to enjoy. Although this time Shane doesn't have the star power to lean on for his videos, so instead his latest tale involved his fiancé. In several Instagram stories posted online, Shane claims that as he was climbing into bed, his fiancé Ryland suddenly woke up and told Shane that he was going to die, later stating that he had no recollection of ever saying this, which just sounds like a trailer for the newest Paranormal Activity. Shane goes on to describe this encounter with his possessed boyfriend and says, "He's laying down and then I come into bed and he goes, 'Watch out for the balloons, you're gonna die tonight,' and he started laughing." In another part of the story, Shane shares that Ryland continued by saying, "Don't fall off the bed, you're gonna die tonight, watch out for the balloons, you're gonna die." Speaking with his fiancée later on, he said that it wasn't creepy or scary, it was just straight up horrifying. As they were talking, they then suggested that perhaps a demon had entered his body and that's why he was behaving this way. A demon? A demon? Really, Shane? Alright then. The couple then suggests that perhaps they brought a demon into their home when they purchased a chandelier from an antique store, which is also usually how most scary movies start when dealing with demons possessing people's bodies. It's always some old thing that gets brought unwittingly into the home, only to be discovered as the source of their woes much later in the film, usually followed by a priest throwing holy water on it and then tossing it into a ditch for some other poor soul to stumble across, thus setting up a part 2 of the movie if the first one does well. Look at that, we just wrote a horror movie together. After Shane was cancelled by the internet for his problematic older content, he fled to Colorado with Adams, where the pair have been quietly reintroducing Shane to the internet. Perhaps he's hoping to win back some of his older fans that enjoyed his creepy conspiracy videos, but a lot of people are still calling this cringy and attention-seeking like I mentioned earlier. It was clearly just Ryland talking in his sleep like most people do. Perhaps the move to Colorado was stressful and that brought on some restless sleep. But either way, if that is true, then yeah, it's hella creepy. Let me know your thoughts in those comments down below though. Are you still a fan of Shane and would you watch his content if he came back in full to YouTube, or are you annoyed that he's producing content at all? I'd love to hear what you think, and while you ponder that, I'm going to check out some of your comments from the video titled Top 10 Former Child Actors That Exposed Hollywood. Kiyomi B says, "Watching all the suffering they went through makes me appreciate them even more now. I'm an adult and can understand what's hidden behind the curtain. I hope future generations have a better experience in Hollywood. Keep up the good work, IO." I really appreciate this comment, not just for telling us to keep up the good work, but to actually see beyond what most people see. You know, they look at celebrities that are just failing and everybody likes to laugh at their failure and jump on that and pile on that, but little do we know behind the curtain they could be going through a lot of stuff. A lot of terrible stuff. Tracy Anderson says, "I love Drew and the people that took her in while she was young." So cool of them to be able to do that, you know, just to see this young struggling actor and just be like, you need to be around people that are sober, and look at that, it seemed to have worked out for her. SD says, "Note to self, don't become famous." You can become famous, just watch yourself. You gotta watch yourself, that's all. Arthur Tapia says, "Do good work, Johnny Rogers." I'm trying. Dogs Are Fab says, "Sally Fields, how could you leave her out? Seriously." Don't worry, we'll probably do a part 2 to this one. But guys, that is the end of today's video. Thank you so much for watching. I've been your host, Johnny Rogers, and until next time, stay classy, YouTube, or at least try.